Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Welcome back. Breaking massive news for the WNBA and especially the Indiana Fever. I did a video the other day talking about will Kelsey Mitchell return and then talking about how difficult it will be with the structure of the salary cap and max deals and all that to keep Aliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell all together because you have Kelsey a free agent now. You have Aliyah Boston one next season. And then you have Caitlin Clark the year after that. Now I knew that the with the CBA, that the rookie deals that Aliyah Boston on and Caitlin Clark were on would jump to around 500,000 or so. But there is more to it than that. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here, bringing you the sporting news uncensored and unafraid, which is very difficult to do in these trying times. This video might go up before the others. I'd said it in the others, but this is breaking news real quick. I wanted to get up, but just so you know, you most likely be seeing highlights in videos today, even when I would normally be on screen, because I'm having camera trouble and I do not want to miss getting these videos out to you. So just so you know. But anyway, what we have here, absolutely wild, folks. Sources WNBA's new CBA expedites ability to land max deals. What does that mean for the league? But what does that mean for the Indiana Fever? Because, of course, they have Caitlin Clark. So let's dig into this. I will shout out Alexa Philippou for getting this one out there. Good job. This is the first place that I saw it, so I'm letting her know. It's a new provision called EPIC, exceptional performance on initial contract. This is tailor made for players like Caitlin Clark. It allows players, check this out, to renegotiate their fourth year salary and earn the standard max in that year if they were previously named all WNBA first team or second team, or the Supermax if they previously won MVP, which of course means Caitlin Clark, we know, is already dialing in and getting ready for her MVP season this year. But we already know she made all WNBA first team. So she is going to be eligible for a max contract next year instead of the year after, right? She's got 2 more years on her rookie deal. But now that fourth year, not next year, sorry, next year, right? Yeah, this is we're entering her third year. Duh. That's happened so fast, it's all running together. So she's going to be so that means the same year that Aliyah Boston becomes a free agent, Caitlin Clark will be eligible for a max contract. Completely is changes everything the Indiana Fever might do, including for this year, because now do you do you sign Kelsey Mitchell even if she wants a super max? Do you figure out a way to sign her this season on a 1 year deal again and look to trade her at some point? Because I don't see next year with Caitlin Clark eligible for a max contract. I mean, you're not going to do it. That there's no way you're going to be, unless you're finding ways to get creative and pay players under the table. There is no way you sign 3 players to max deals. That'll be 60% of the entire salary cap. So if we look at the reality of what some of these numbers are going to look like, right? Caitlin Clark made 78,000 in 2025. Her salary going to jump to 530,000 this season. And then she could earn the projected max of 1.3 million in 2027 as a previous all WNBA player, and then sign for the 1.7 million supermax in 2028 if she were to win MVP this season. Very likely, less likely with Stephanie White, but very likely she would be eligible for that 1.7 million next season. Now it says the new provision would also be applicable to younger star players such as Aliyah Boston, who was all WNBA in 2024 and is max eligible in 2026, and Paige Beckers, who was all WNBA this season, is max eligible in 2028. Yeah, oh man, I'm so focused on the Caitlin Clark thing and with Kelsey Mitchell being a free agent and retaining him, I completely slipped my mind that Aliyah Boston was all WNBA this year. So yeah, she's eligible for that now, which really, really shifts the dynamic of the Indiana Fever and what they can do with their contracts. Now, what is interesting to me that I haven't been able to find because this is the only source I have so far. It says she's max eligible in 2026. So does it not automatically happen because Aaliyah Boston's not a free agent, so she doesn't have leverage to jump up her salary because she had made the all WNBA team. I would assume it's triggered automatically and that she gets it, but I'm not positive. But that also, if she does, right, if she's getting the max salary this season, that makes it, I think, that much tougher to sign Kelsey. Now, look, the truth may be with everybody being free agents and everybody overvaluing themselves, Kelsey Mitchell may not find a supermax contract out there from someone else or even a max contract. That's a possibility too. Like just because these numbers have ramped up like this, I don't think you're going to see as many players get a super max now as you had seen previously, especially when the entire league is a free agent in a very condensed free agency period. Um, because first of all, the current teams, they're going to make an offer that's going to be less, at least initially. But they go, well, you can go out and look, but you don't have a lot of time to do it. You don't know who's going to be on the other team and things like that. So that's going to make it really interesting. In the previous agreement, yeah, a player could only earn the supermax after the 4-year rookie contract. So, I mean, this part, I did a video. I don't know if it's up yet. Probably not. I think I want to put this up one first on the more of the CBA and how much the players actually won compared to what they're talking about. But this specifically is a good deal for the players. Now, obviously, it doesn't impact a ton of players, but it's definitely going to impact, I'd say a significant portion when you're talking about the fact that they can do that anytime in their first 3 years when you get those top players coming in, like Paige, like Aaliyah Boston, like Caitlin Clark, right? All eligible, all eligible. By the way, did you notice? I was just saying, did you notice in this article that's about the CBA and the entire league, the first two players mentioned Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston. That's right, baby. Motion. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So Supermaxes start at 1.4. Average salary going to be about 583. But this is going to be. I'm so looking forward to free agency period. Right, I got to tell you. Housing, by the way, this is kind of wild. I didn't point this out in another one because I didn't have all the details of housing, but since it's in this article, I'll mention it. Will be provided for all players in their first 3 years of the deal. After that, it will be available only for those making 500,000 or less for 2029 and 2030. By the way, that's significant too. I think everyone out there, whether you're renting or you own a home or you're buying a home, you have a mortgage, you know how significant that is, right? Anyway, this is pretty cool. It's going to be really interesting for a team like the Indiana Fever because you have Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark, two rookies at the same time, eligible for this deal. I don't know if that'll ever happen again. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Go of the day you deserve. Shout out to the 19. I'll talk to y'all later.